Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today to recognize the first responders in Uvalde. It has been 22 days since the terrible incident in Uvalde occurred, and many of the discussions have been about the victims. I'd like to talk about some of the survivors, and some of those survivors are first responders. In particular, one gentleman, Javier Martinez. This is he is a lieutenant for the Uvalde Police Department. He was one of the first people on the scene. He engaged with the shooter, who is actually wounded. He goes in there, he clears the room, and then afterwards, he wasn't done. There's a lot of copycat threats, and Javier Martinez, even though he was going through all that, he goes down to the high school and he secures the high school. And the next day, he's on duty. He puts his uniform on and he goes to work the next day and the next day. There's many stories just like this. When the fire happened, everyone ran to the incident and they didn't stop. Some of the law enforcement officers, Border Patrol agents, after they got done clearing that room, they went to other elementary schools. There's 7 elementary schools in Uvalde. And this happened days on. I mentioned that to go, while the community of Uvalde, why my district is healing, there's all these heroes that are walking among us. Another person I want to mention is Ann. Ann is the director of the ER there in Uvalde. She helps save lives. And there's so many people that have just helped. And after the cameras are gone, after everyone, stops listening or even remembering what happened in Uvalde, we will be there as one community coming together. Over a year ago, my community had asked me for a mental health hospital. And last year, we secured $2 million for that. When I hosted the president a couple weeks ago, we asked for $23 million on that. Mental health is at the core of all of this. There is a mental health crisis, not only in Uvalde, but I'd argue across the country. And we have to make sure that we are devoting the resources necessary to protect our children, to protect ourselves. My whole community of Uvalde, I would argue, needs mental health assistance right now. And a lot of us are getting that. My own staff, essentially, we turned into a FEMA office, and we were dealing with all these crises. Someone reminded me yesterday that I've essentially have relived this crisis 22 days now. A lot of us are in that exact same boat. I mentioned that to go, we have to get rid of this stigma behind mental health. We have to realize all of us, from a young age to an old age, go through things in life, and we need mental health in order to get through that. We need mental health professionals. Today, I want to just thank all the first responders in Uvalde for everything they're doing. The men and women, just like Javier Martinez, that put their uniform on, go to work. There are heroes walking among us that sometimes get forgotten. They're not forgotten today, nor every other day. So God bless them. And Madam Speaker,